here's the real question. If you're the best barber in the city, who cuts your hair?
Me.
You cut your own hair?
Let's fucking go, dude. Of course, bro.
That's pretty
Right?
good. It's
Not
pretty
bad,
good.
dude.
You did that yourself,
Hell
huh?
yeah, bro.
Yeah, that's proof in the pudding right there. I mean,
telling you.
are the best. There's nobody that can even cut your hair because nobody will suffice.
Okay. I love the gaslighting. We are a dime a dozen. You can find great barbers, but the one difference is that I have the ability to tell people on a larger scale that I give a fuck tremendously about every one of my clients. And I mean, this just is what it is, you know?
Well, all right. Battle raps cause I've shaken grown men to the point that they can't even face their own friends. That's why they rhyme about jewels, not life, cause the ice on which they skating is so thin.
Welcome back to the Party with Strategy podcast. Very special guest in the building. Someone that everyone knows. The best barber in the city, hands down. The fade facilitator. The shave shifter. My boy, Chris Flores. What's good, baby?
What's good, everybody? Thanks for having me on the show. It's been a very long time, man. It's good to catch up.
Yeah.
Excited to see where we take this off to.
Me too. So, I mean, we've known each other long before the industry, long before all this shit, before you were even cutting hair professionally, when you were just doing it. I mean, how'd you even get started?
Man, I can't believe talking about it now. It's been about 19 years, coming up on 20 when I was about 16 years old. Well, honestly, truth be told, so it really started. So my dad had a pair of clippers at the house, and he would just buzz his head, you know. And me and my brother, we were growing up. We were raised to go get our haircuts weekly or bi-weekly. And my brother, he learned how to use a straight edge razor, you know, when he was younger, because he would line up his beard. And one day, you know, I was like, hey, line me up around the edges, you know. Lines me up, and the guy fucking takes half my eyebrow off. Dude, it was done. After that, I kind of learned how to use a straight edge. And so I won't forget, it was like I started practicing and stuff with my cousins for fun. And then one of my running back in high school, it was homecoming, and I was like, yo, let me hook you up, you know. I gave him like the sickest, you know, faded. I did a nice mohawk, and I used the razor to shave in the mohawk, kind of like a Mr. T style.
Okay.
And dude, it was a hit. And you know, like for me, it was like, oh man, this is cool, you know. And I was like, I can, you know, let me just continue doing this, you know. You get all the shit talking homies on the football team or whatever talking shit, but they were still coming, you know. And then I just kind of took it off and ran with it from high school to college.
And in high school, it was you doing haircuts and also the other Chris, right? I remember getting my haircut from Chris Alisea.
Oh,
you remember that?
God, no, I forgot that shit. Holy fuck, dude, we're bringing it up the whole time. Oh, wow.
There was two Chris's that were giving cuts, and I feel like it was a little friendly competition.
I mean, to be completely honest with you, man, I will always tell you is that one of my faults is I've always stayed in my own lane. I've never, ever, like poaching is never a thing, right? For me, I just always feel like I'm a genuine approacher, dude. I go up and I guerrilla market, you know. It was just part of the reason why the industry was made for me, dude. I was promoting back when I would come back from college with my brother in the nightlife scene, going to the Mid and all those places, and I fucking ate it up. I was like, oh my God, this is so superficial. Everybody loves, like, you got to look good. So that kind of like was a manifestation for me, especially after college. We'll probably get into that, of like why bartending was definitely a necessity for me to get into, to continue building the business, you know?
Yeah.
But I always stayed in my lane. The competition was always fun, but I felt like, you know, you start competing at a younger age, and when you're fresh with your skill set, if you're competing and then you end up falling out, then you end up losing the thrill of doing it and the want to do it, because then you're comparing yourself at all times.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So comparison is the thief of joy, dude. I mean, as cliche as it sounds, it's the absolute truth.
It's real shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, so high school, you went to Niles North, I went to Niles West, sister rival schools. But and then college, you went to U of I, right?
Yep.
You're in the frat with Kevo. I was just with Kevo last night. He gave me some good questions, a little bit of insight.
Yep.
What? I mean, you never had formal training. Like, were you watching YouTube videos? Like, how were you actually learning?
I honestly was a visual learner. And I don't know, I was always pretty logical. I thought, I just kind of put 2 and 2 together like a math equation. I was like, this makes sense, this makes sense.
Yeah. And,
you obviously, in the early stages, you just kind of go, you're going slow, and then you're just, in the meantime, for me, I faked it till I made it, dude. Everybody from the college and when I first started probably thought I was the best barber because I sold the shit out of myself to get them in the chair.
Yeah.
And then when they got in the chair, dude, I just, slow rolled it, conversated with them, got their mind off of the haircut and got and then helped me not, feel better about having them not think about what I'm doing, so it's kind of like a magic trick, man. You just keep your mind off of one thing and you're doing your thing and you do a good job. You have to, It's like you do one bad haircut, like anybody knows, bad news travels faster than good news, dude. I'm not trying to have anybody walk around and be like, oh, fuck, I got fucked up by Chris, and then all of a sudden, that word spreads like wildfire, dude. I'd rather, before, like now I could pop what I used to do in like 45 minutes to an hour. I could pop out in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, though, you just got to go slow and care about the person and then you'll do a good job,
What is the biggest mess up you think you had in the chair? Was there ever a moment where you fucking like nicked somebody and you were like,
yeah, my boy Jordan Nash.
shit.
Oh, if he watches this, dude, he'll fucking love this, dude. Oh, I gashed him in the cheek and he had the fucking Nelly fucking Band-Aid,
with the straight razor?
Oh, yeah, dude. Back in college. Yeah, dude. That one was forever burning inside me. So, Jordan, if you ever see this, when you mess up and you actually care, that shit resonates, man. It sticks with you.
Yeah.
Until you get the next opportunity that you're gonna crush it, and then you overcome that, and you're like, okay, like that's my status quo now, is that level of expertise, and then you just continuously deliver it.
Did he come back after that?
Oh, dude, he still comes to me now.
Nice.
Sorry, Jordan, but yeah, I've been through all his stages of hair, from full hair to no hair now. He's bald and no beard only.
Yeah, that's a pretty special relationship that you have with people. You get to, as they grow and get older and lose their hair and shit. I mean, there was a point where I was coming to you just for my beard, really.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly, dude. I mean, that's just how it is. Some people, they just want, some people don't really know what they're doing with their beard and they'll just pay to go get it done. Highly recommend that, But once you go to somebody for long enough, like yourself, you probably figured it out, didn't you? I don't know.
Well, I mean, I stopped doing the big beard that needed all the trimming and maintaining. I mean, I just, as a bald Jewish man, it makes so much sense to just cut my own hair and save the money. And I don't have to fucking go anywhere.
The sideburns, though, dude. What the fuck is going on, bro?
Yeah, maybe I'll grow those out one day and let you take care of them. But yeah, I mean, I always was kind of self-sufficient with my hair. Like my brother, we had the clippers in the crib, and he like learned how to give himself a fade, and we had the 3 mirrors,
Oh,
stick your head in there, fucking open the 2 mirrors, and you could just go to town on it.
Yeah, see, I just took that to the extra level, bro.
Yeah.
I just extended the services outward and forward, and it was the hustling nature was inside me. It transformed and evolved into other things, which we'll talk about, which, led me down wronger paths. But, dude, when you're a hustler, it's just natural, bro. You go get what you go get. And in college, it was definitely, it was clients so that I can afford life and survive.
Yeah. What were you hustling in college?
Well, well, okay, truth be told, okay, first of all, we'll go down the guilt path, right?
Yeah. What do you...
to build up because of the monumental fucking failure of shot to the nuts that I did to myself, right? I had a full ride scholarship to U of I in Champaign. right? Actually, I should say I had a full tuition and fees paid for through a Native American scholarship. I was one of 2 eligible recipients of the scholarship that could receive it all 4 years, right? So the senior was graduating, and then I had an opportunity to apply. And over 1,000 different applicants, I ended up being the receiver of this scholarship.
Damn.
Yeah, so a big thing, right?
That was reparations for them using the chief as their mascot, or what?
No, I don't even know, dude. I don't even know about that discussion, bro. So through our college, man, like, I was cutting hair, building, establishing myself, and, the clients just... I guess one of the biggest parts of me falling in love with what I did is that I kept on getting more of like influencers level status people, or people with, large cliques, right? Like popular people. It was just a knack of mine that they just would gravitate towards me. And I was like, okay, cool. So naturally the popularity of myself felt like it grew with that, right? You're getting more people that are popular, have a name, and you're like, fuck yeah, that's my guy, right? So, of course, over the time, I started getting bigger, like, I guess, like, more and more types of those clients. And that would involve a lot of guys that were selling weed on campus, right? And so, yeah, dude, I was like, this is kind of easy. I knew people back home, whatnot. And I was like, okay, so I saw a market that I could tackle. So these guys were, selling ounces. And I was like, okay, like, let me just shoot for the big dog and just get pounds and just deliver to these guys, and they can go to the fraternities and so on and so forth. So nonetheless, though, big fuck up of mine. But
wait, so you got in the game at that level? You weren't even selling like small amounts. You're like, let me just get in here. If I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do it right.
Yeah, pretty much. Because I was like, the mentality is like, you go for the bigger dogs, you have less guys to deal with. And
yeah.
It was just like a pick off, drop off ordeal. Assuming that you're playing the game smart. Fucking everybody thinks that they are until they're not. But nonetheless, yeah, man, obviously the day came, baby, where the knock on the door.
Yeah. Yeah. Take me through that. How was that?
I mean, the really big crazy thing is that I had 2 of my buddies that I like. So I'll go through the full thing, man. Like that week, I had probably done, I don't know, close to 80 haircuts that week, because it was right before spring break. And I just fucking plowed through clients, right? So in that time in college, right, when I was charging only $15 for a haircut, and I was like threatening for $8, blah blah blah, dude, I had over $800 in my wallet, right, from a hard week's worth of work. And it was the day where the Miami Heat were playing like a playoff game against when it was Derrick Rose and against the Miami Heat. And I had 2 future, like they were going to the NFL, they were going to the NFL, right? 2 guys going to the draft. They were over my place, and we were just all drinking, hanging out, and we're about ready to watch this game. And we sent a pledge to go get some beer, and my door is kind of typically always unlocked. So knock, knock, come in. Everybody's open. D.E.A, get the fuck on the ground. Holy shit, dude, what the fuck is going on, bro? What? I will say I was level-headed, and I didn't ever not expect the day to come. I'm not stupid. I was mentally prepared for if this situation were to happen. It's kind of condemning when it's going down in the moment, but I had a couple beers, luckily, to fucking ease my chill.
Take the edge off.
Yeah, dude, for sure. Cause I was in shock,
I bet, bro.
But I felt bad because I had my buddies they were getting into the NFL draft. For God's sake, I did not want to have them have any association dealt with this shit, dude. So like that's I'm thinking about other people. Me, whatever. I was prepared to handle whatever was gonna come. Dude, they ended up taking like, okay, a quarter pound of weed and like 15 grand cash. I was so fucking salty when they took my $800 in my wallet.
Because that was earned.
Yeah. That was hard earned, bro. That was, I swear to God, I repeat this story, and I tell myself, I'm like, damn, dude, good to always have a, good conscience and try to remember the fuckeries in life, to just move past them. And,
Yeah.
especially where I am now, but that was a time, bro, where, man, I lost, I ended up getting kicked out of school.
Yeah.
Right. They had to hold me as what's the word? Like as an example, right?
Oh yeah. They
used me as
made an example. Out
Yeah,
of you,
yeah. But yeah, dude, it was. I had to go home. I'll never forget when it got bailed out. Thanks for my brother. And I had to go home, and I go home early for spring break. And my mom's like, "Don't you have a couple of days left of school?" And she's asking for my gown size to
So
graduate.
you're a senior at this point.
And she's asking for my gown size, and because like we're filling out for her graduation and stuff, and I'm sitting there and I'm just shitting bricks, and I'm like, oh, I got home early, and I just literally at one given point I couldn't hold it. I carry guilt very well, or very horribly, and I just go up to her and I just break down crying, and I'm just like, I'm so sorry, and I tell my mom everything that happened. I just was like, it was a very, very gut-wrenching feeling knowing that you got this opportunity, a golden child, and, and it was a big, first epic, huge, well, actually, like, big epic failure, that just, it was sore, but dude, I was like, you know what? Like, I am not going to let this define me, dude. Like, fuck that, Like, I wasn't going to use my degree. I had already sold myself to barbering. Like, that's just what I was going to do, And I was like, fuck it, a degree. And I proudly had my conversation with the student council and the president of the school and everything, where my parents were right next to me. And I was telling them, like, I was very candid with them. And I even told, like, there was a vice president and president of student council, that there were kids there, right, like next to me in front of everybody as they were talking to me about me getting kicked out of school. And one of them, I was like, you know what, like, because a lot of the money that I was making, I was giving back home, and stuff like that. I wasn't being a greedy son of a bitch with it. I was helping, right? But that's neither here nor there. Nonetheless, what I did was wrong, and I paid the epic price for it. And, just it kind of really just it added more love for barbering.
Okay.
Because it made me lean into it more, because one, I had to, but the good thing is that I always knew I was going to by that point. And it was one of those things where it was like, okay, like, I have nothing holding me back. Now I'm forced to succeed with this,
Yeah. So you got kicked out of school right before graduation, which is kind of insane. How long, on a fucking full ride scholarship, which is even more insane, how long were you selling before they kicked your door in?
Oh, I don't know.
Was it even a long time?
No, maybe a year and a half, 2 years.
It's not.
No, yeah, no, maybe a year and a half. Yeah.
Do you, like, when you think back now, is there a very obvious, blatant thing that you were doing that made you get caught? Like,
I know exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know exactly what the fuck happened. Yeah, one of my unfortunate roommates told me that this guy that they apparently knew. It was a fucking long story, right? But like, it was like, because he was welcomed in by like my roommate, kind of thought that he was already, I was just, naive and dumb, but I was like, okay, but turns out the guy had a wire on him.
No way.
Yeah.
So he probably got caught for some shit and was
exactly.
like, I'll give you.
And the cops were like, we'll lessen your charges if you go be a snitch and blah, blah, blah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn. You got caught on a wire and had the D.E.A come kicking your door. You're on some Walter White shit.
Man.
You're on some like some light Walter White.
It would. Oh man, dude. Here's the fucking insane thing though, dude. I'm not proud to say this by any means, but I do know the trajectory of how I work and how I do business. I'm a fucking dog, man. And that's my mentality, a hustler. That's never died in me, bro. It's just a burning soul, which I'm forever grateful for, because that's allowed me to do what I'm able to do with providing for me, my wife, and my two kids solely on my income for the past 9 years. It's just what I know. So like I'm saying, man, like, had that not happened, I'm fucking scared to have been the Walter White. So the light Walter White, I would absolutely fucking take that all day.
Yeah, like it ended early and you
Yeah,
didn't keep going.
dude, and I didn't fucking keep going, man. You know, because that's just how it gets. And as young as I was, I know that I would have thought that I would, you gain a God complex through things of that nature, and I needed to be kicked down a fucking leg, and it happened, and I got the repercussions, and so be it. I had to live with that,
That makes sense. I respect that. So this happens, done with school, obviously, full lean into cutting hair, and still at this point, no formal training. Because I remember when you started to have to go to school and you made that decision where like you're already cutting everyone's hair, you're already the fucking best, but now you have to go to school to get your license if you really want to do this, which is crazy because I think about like as a DJ or something, you're self-taught and you can just go be this professional and make this money and there's no licensing or anything like that. I can't imagine being really good at what you do and then having to go like there's no test that you can take to just test out of it.
Yeah,
you have to put in what is like 1,000 hours or something.
1,500
hours to get the license to like really go do the shit.
Yeah, bro.
So how long was it from when you went full-time barber, you're done with school, you're leaning into this, and then before you decided like, all right, I have to actually go get my license and take the next step for this shit?
Well, when you find out you're having a child, let me tell you, bro.
That's right.
Motherfucking goddamn dad instincts, at least for my Mexican ass, bro. I'm like, oh shit, like it just kicks in quick, It was... As soon as I found out my wife was pregnant, I was like, okay, I need to find my career, So actually, coincidentally enough, so let me take you down this path, right? It was as this was all was happening, right? I'm sitting here manifesting what I'm going to do. And of course, like an opportunity just winds up showing up on Facebook for me for selling life insurance, right? And I'm like, okay, sales position, whatever. Like, I know. And I'm thinking, and as I go and I proceed with these interviews. And I got through like the fourth or fifth round of the interviews. And at the time I was going to sign my life away for 3 years. I had an epiphany because I've been thinking about this. Am I going to give up everything that I worked so hard for? Or because I had to go to school. That's what the daunting thought was, dude, I got to go to school. Do I have the time?
You're talking barber school.
Barber school,
Yeah.
or this position. So
Yeah.
I sought out the position first to see if it's a possibility that I might, find myself liking. I was like, man, dude, I can make a partner here in 5 years, bro. I know I can. And I was like, but do I want to give up what I've created? Dude, a serious fork in the road, man. And at the time that the guy gave me the contract to sign with them, I apologized for wasting his time. And I said, you know what? I can't give up what I built. I felt bad. My main decision wasn't about me loving the craft. It was about me leaving my clients.
Yeah.
Which is like just how I've always been, right? The craft has always guided me to them. But the reason why I love what I do is because of the people that I have. Right? Like I'm a millionaire by who I'm connected to all day, and I'm just blessed to be able to be to be the client that's servicing everybody. But yeah, I told the guy, I'm sorry for wasting your time. And I signed up for barber school the next day. And
nice.
Yeah, that was another living fucking hell, that school.
Yeah. I remember going in there to get my hair cut. I was actually just over there recently on Wabash over there. And I was like, damn, this is where fucking...
Yeah, dude. I mean, the only thing in that school, like, I was running my business out of that school, and it was one of those things where you're allowed, like, if there's class hours and if you have clients that are requesting you, then you can get out of class. I was cutting hair all day, making money all day, doing my business.
Oh, that's not too bad.
No, I mean, it was not. It's not even like in that process because I had to be schematic. Like every single client had to pay $8 to get their haircut at the school. I already paid tuition. I have 10 guys coming to me at the school every day. So $8 times 10, I'm paying $80 a day after I've already paid for the tuition.
Wait, you had to pay?
No, they would have to essentially pay. But
Okay,
these
okay.
guys are my clients, and at that time I was charging $25 a haircut.
Yeah.
So it was like how to I just had to figure out, swindle away every single client to try to get them in to not pay that, to pay me $25, because I was like, I'm not paying this fucking school. For my clients coming in here, paying them when I'm already paying this school to not teach me a goddamn thing, and yet me teach the students, because the instructors there, they were there to get their instructor's license. Like, these guys didn't fucking know how to cut hair. I'm sorry, bro. Like, I've been cutting hair for 10 years, but when you learn the way that I did, I mean, bro, you have no fucking buddy there to correct your mistakes, and you're building a business. You have to follow through on every single fucking client every time, because I'm building a business. I'm not my business wasn't comfortable where I was constantly building. So every product had to be great. And so that was my mentality from when I started. And when you're going to these schools and you see these guys not even being able to help these other kids, that was my ambition. Was, I don't want these kids to go through a program and not understand the what you could do with this. These people, they don't see barbering like I do. Barbering saved my life. I'm going to dedicate everything, my heart and my soul, to this shit. So I'm like, watch me, gather around me. Let me teach you kids. Watch how I talk to these people. Watch how, I'm running a business out of here. These are all my clients. Watch how I set up, I talk to each one, because you're not going to learn fucking watching these other people that just simply don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, is there a culture like that in the barber world where it's like exactly like you said, like, barbering has given me all this? Like, I feel the same way about DJing, and you want to give back to DJing. You want to help younger DJs. You want to do anything you can to give back to the culture, the thing that gave you everything. Like, is there?
Yeah, dude, absolutely. I mean, Look at what's going on with social media. DJs as well as barbers. We both have been blowing up in what social media is able to do. So of course, you're like, the social media platforms for creative artists in general have just exploded through the roof. Giving credibility and allowing other people to basically see the passion through other people, right? And that's where it is. Unfortunately for me, I don't do enough of that. I think I'm a little old school minded, a little too much, but nonetheless, though, the way that I am, I've gotten successful from it,
Well, what's the old school mentality?
I approach people.
You're saying off social media,
in terms of
real life.
in terms of client acquisition, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's going back to the passion. I feel like, the love out there is so much more known and able to be freely expressed, right? Because it's just, it's just so much more regular now. You see it everywhere.
Yeah. So let's backtrack a little bit, because we skipped a step.
Yeah.
We skipped your entry to the service industry.
Oh.
We skipped that. We went past that, but we gotta dial it back here.
Yeah.
You didn't bartend or anything like that in college, right? Like, you started.
No, yeah. So I guess I'll start with how I even got introduced in the industry. My brother, he promoted for a promotion company called Forte Entertainment back in the day. They were
Who owned that?
It was Ricky Bisharat.
I don't know if I know him.
Yeah.
Forte.
And Mike, yeah.
Is it still around?
No,
right?
no, it's long gone.
Okay.
But every single summer, and winter breaks or any breaks, I would come back and I would promote with my brother, and we get the free bottle service. So I was 18.
And where was this at? What were the spots?
Boardroom, Mid, Manor, Mercadito.
Mercadito, that
Mercadito,
basement.
yeah. Well, we did promotion Tuesdays, or Tuesdays, early. You get dinner and a bottle, and then you go out. Stop at 4, 5, 6 different places.
Yep.
Yeah, those were the days, man. And then from there, once everything happened in college, I was dating I was dating this chick, right, who was like 10 years older than me at the time, and like moved back with her, and I had to get a job because everything was just so fucked up, right? And so at that point in time, one of her friends was working at the Wit Hotel, and he was like, "Hey, I can get you a job, you know, or like I can help you out." So I was like, "Fine, you know, like whatever. I'll make my, you know, hotel jobs are great. You get benefits, you get all that stuff. So whatever, you know, I could still build my business through that." And one of the biggest things was I was like, any sort of hospitality business that I can put myself in will attribute towards my hospitality business as well, right? Mm-hmm. And so I did overnight room service at the Wit Hotel from 9:30 to 5:30 for about 9 months.
You were pushing those carts, delivering meals to rooms and shit?
Yeah,
damn,
dude.
I didn't even know that.
Fucking grinding so I could cut hair during the day and do what I could.
Yeah.
You know? So I did that, and at the time I was just like telling my manager, I was like, "Hey, can I bartend?" I had no bartending experience, and everybody that they hired had at least like 5 to 8 years of experience because it was at State and Lake Chicago. Was their like restaurant on the main floor. Mm-hmm. And so they made a bunch of crazy specialty cocktails and stuff. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to go. I went to bartending school, right? I just said, fuck it, dude. I'm going to go to bartending school. Then I messaged him, told him, hey, I went to bartending school, just showing some enthusiasm that I really want to do this. He puts me on he's like, okay, before you go, we're going to have you serve. Just be a waiter. I was like, fuck it. Dude, 3 months, I was the highest per average tip in sales. I got 30% average tip rate. You know, I fucking murdered it. Couldn't say no. Wasn't going to let him say no, you know? And then he put me behind the bar. I did a couple guest bartending gigs at Proof, Primary, you know, just getting my feet wet with like that because it was a different type of service, right? And I was like, fuck, man. I was young, 22. I was like ready to grind. And the music especially, bro, nightclub. I was like, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
So then from there, I went to Parliament. I was there for a solid 3.5 years, man. Fucking, it's where I've actually met my wife.
At Parliament?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. And then Underground, a quick pit stop at Social 25, and then boom, ended it at what the hell was it? Concrete Cowboy. Jeez.
That's right.
8.5 years, bro, of just fucking daytime grind. I always tell people, I was like, I was Bruce Wayne by day and Batman by night.
Yeah.
That's what it was, man. Just almost like I was pulling 15 to 18 hour days, man. You know? And just drinking my life away too, bro. That was a bottle a night almost, man. Back in those days, dude. It was insane.
Can we get one patented Chris Flores whistle going, or is that?
Dude,
are you
I don't want to
leaving
break
that
your
in the
mics,
past?
bro. I don't want to break your mics, dude. This shit will the frequency on that motherfucker will send vibes down the block, bro.
I mean, Diamond Cut claims you can't clip on that Zoom recorder, so
I take my headphones off.
You got to do one of these.
yeah.
And just ready.
Yeah. Oh my god!
It just sends fucking shrivels down the spine, dude. Damn.
God
Hope
damn.
you got insurance for those.
Yeah,
dude.
the whole house just shook a little bit. That was fucking
It wasn't
insane.
bad, right? I kept that on medium too, dude. So
Yeah, you hear that from across the way at Parliament or at Concrete or something, and you know what's going on. That's like the shot time whistle. That's the
Dude,
summons.
I'm telling you, bro, it was the greatest weed out. It was. You either fucking hated it or you fucking loved it. And let me tell you, bro, if you hated it, you're probably the person in the other corner where it's all fucking, all the girls just bottle ratting it up, just sitting with the children, fucking, whales by the table. And you got all the fucking young ragers by me just having a fucking blast. Epitome of my life, man. I just love to have a good goddamn time. Maybe too much sometimes, for sure. But hey, if there was one hopeful legacy I left when I left the industry, bro, was that either awesome or really fucking annoying whistle.
Yeah.
And just me as a fucking vibrant, I don't know, just Party goer, dude.
Good time. You knew you were having a good time. You heard that whistle. You saw you behind the bar, getting crazy, loving the house music, getting into it. It was definitely a good time. I was into it. But that's the most polarizing things are the ones that leave a statement.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
There's no in between. You either hate it or you love it.
Yeah, that is the truth, man. That is for sure.
So bartending, now we can sort of segue back into where we were. Bartending, still cutting hair, starting to go to barber school, finally get your license, and then I remember you're leaving the crib now. You're opening up your own spot outside of the crib.
Pregnant with baby number 2.
Baby number 2's coming. The Gentleman's Barber 312. That was it, right? Gentleman's Barber 312.
So my business name is Gentleman's 312 Barber Lounge, right?
Okay.
And so the concept that I ended up we're leading into is the partnership that I had with Gentleman's Cooperative, right? Which was like the whole penthouse.
Yeah.
It was a 3-way. I always call it it was like a tripod business, right? Where we sold high-end custom suits. And we utilized the space as a venue for weddings or corporate events. And then I also had my barbershop up there. So it was like a club, a gentleman's club, right?
Yeah.
You know.
That's right. How did you even get linked up with them?
So I was actually, in manifesting like all of like my thoughts and ideas business wise, right? Like I had, very successful businessmen that would sit in my chair. So, why not bounce ideas off of people? That's what I do all day. It's what we have a conversation for and so on and so forth. So I'm shooting ideas and stuff like that with some clients. And a good client of mine at the time was who I was expressing my concept to, because I was actually going to create this concept of doing a similar club experience with another clothier, right? The Dapper Club at the time. And so I was like, what if we did a barbershop with like a suit concept and like ran with that? And I was, expressing this concept to a client, and my client goes, he's like, Chris, hold on a second. He goes, I might know somebody that's actually doing what you're currently like thinking about doing. And at this point I was already looking at spaces, right? And he's like, I think I might have found, I think I know somebody who's doing what you're doing. They just are missing you. So I was like, oh, okay. Based on the recommendation from somebody of his caliber, I was like, yeah, link me up. Like, why not? So linked up. I saw in the immediacy, I was looking at the space. Of course, like I wanted to get a read on the potential partners and whatnot. And I, met them, right off the bat, good guys, and I see the space, and most importantly, whether or not this space was suitable for me and if I can make that work, right? So I did my diligence, and of course, then I saw the space, and I was like, "Fuck it!" I not only like I'm gonna make this work, whether I can or not. And they're like with the beauty about being a parent, man, and again with that hustle mindset, bro, you're not gonna fail. I just don't envision failing. So of course, dude, I dive off of anything with the expectation of succeeding, because my reputation mattered the most in the world to me. And I'm one of those people that was going to tell people I'm going to do this. And the most pleasing thing that I've heard from people afterwards was like, dude, you said you were going to fucking do it, and you did it in spades, bro. Like, holy shit. That's kind of the epitome that I want my life to be. Somebody's fucking says what he's going to do.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like the continuous momentum that I try to, proceed with in my life. But yeah. What else are we talking about?
So you get the penthouse, the tripod business, you're one leg of this business. How long did that last?
That lasted a solid 3 years, right? So 2017 to 2000, right after COVID. The business, I don't know if you have any particular questions to it, if I don't want to just ramble on.
Well, I don't really know, because when you started it, right, I was a member. You were doing memberships.
Yep.
I was a member. I was still getting my hair cut. Me and Dolo would roll up to that spot on Jackson. It's like 26th floor or something, right?
25th floor, yeah.
25th floor. And then was it what you envisioned from the start? Like, it went well, obviously, because you have your business. No matter where you go, you have your clients, right? So they're going to come and support you, and they love your haircuts, and they are going to keep getting their haircut from you. But like, when you envision this whole gentleman's club kind of thing, did it pan out the way that you were thinking, or was it kind of like,
I mean, truth be told, like, had things gone like how I would have done things, it would be, I mean, I don't know where life would be right now, but I think things would have panned out. But I mean, one thing about being young, entrepreneur mindset, like, you're just like envisioning, like, you're potentially, opening up what you envisioned and all that stuff. I mean, it's like all of the proper business, like the right and wrong things to do in business, are kind of thrown out the window, because you're just infatuated and you're just goal oriented, and and that mindset is probably what ended up kind of blindsiding me later on, was just focusing on succeeding, right? Because I ended up taking on so much more bullshit that I should never have, right?
like what? Like, what's an example?
I mean, so when I go there, like when we went out, the whole business it was based on shaking hands, right? This is what we were gonna do, XYZ. Okay, cool. With the idea that eventually we were gonna put things on paper, figure out equity, so on and so forth, right? So when I first came on, my two business partners that I had at the time, they were actually having some disputes going on behind closed doors between them that I wasn't aware of. And so I'm the third party. I don't got shit to do with it. What I got to do is put my head down and fucking grind. They got to do their shit. That has nothing to do with me, bro. I got my responsibilities, and that's that. So I put my head down, grinded. 3 months later, one business partner's out the door, and I'm stuck with one. So I'm hearing one thing from him. I don't really hear much from the other, but the other one now is what I know to be right.
Okay,
right?
yeah.
But nonetheless, though, I'm just over here, this naive kid, but like, I don't know, I was well-intentioned, and I was going to fucking grind and do what I needed to do to make the business succeed, and turns out, I mean, his business is epically failing and like all this other stuff. And of course, I tried to do my diligence, right? And be like, hey, like, let's see some documentation here. Like, where are the fucking numbers? I'd happily give them my numbers. I'm trying to proceed professionally moving forward.
Yeah.
And I'm getting all of this like cold shoulder, like no, like hiding. Of course, like me, I'm already embedded there, right? I got all my shit there, my business up and running. I'm fucking sold, right? So it's like, in a way, he's got me by the balls, but in a way, things weren't completely bad yet, so, turns out, like, throughout the years, I'm finding out that, he's getting 5-day fucking notices, and I'm the one that have to open it up and find out just in that moment that he's not paying fucking rent when I'm paying him money every month.
Oh, so you're giving him money thinking it's going to the rent. It's like the classic shitty roommate scenario.
So then, like, I mind you, I know that when you're getting into business with somebody in any business, if you're going to merge businesses, it needs to be you're getting married to this person, right? I always knew that. I always tried to help. I mean, so much to the point I took out 3 loans, $10,000, $10,000, $15,000 loans in my business, which, by the way, was the lowest per dollar transaction of the 3 business units, right? So already kind of, and those were quotes because that's kind of how it was treated, right?
Yeah.
Just because we're the lowest level transaction, we're bringing up everybody over here more frequently. Window shopping. I'm the number 1 seller ambassador of the company, and nonetheless, though, like, just shitty business, man, and I would give him the money that I took these loans out to help him with his business because of how much I believed that we would go. And not only that, but he was there like my psychology behind it was he was there before me. He's probably broken. I don't know his shit. I'm gonna come in. I'm a young guy with always good energy. I'm gonna fucking help this guy, and I'm gonna make sure we're gonna succeed because I know I won't fail.
Yeah.
So this guy's fucking doesn't know how lucky he is.
Yeah.
But mind you, 3 years of carrying the baggage weight of some fuck that, you know, as some worthless guy doesn't know his own fucking business from his head to his ass. It's pathetic. And then, you know, through those years brings on another shitbag younger brother or like sibling brother, whatever. Nonetheless, they end up coming, you know, and ganging up on me and because money, right? And then COVID hit. All right, you see the people's true colors come out, you know?
Oh, yeah. COVID was crazy, bro. Once shit starts falling apart, I felt like you saw so many people regress into the person that they really were and not the person that they were like trying to be.
Yeah. Because, I mean, it's like fight or flight. Mm-hmm. You know, you're going to, like, I don't know. Me as a person, right? I would never steal, even if I was in this worst. I still wouldn't. I don't know. I got good morals, man. I got a good moral compass. I believe in karma heavily. You know, like it's fucking crazy because every single time something karmic delivered, it's hilarious to me because it's perfect. You know, and just the perfect amount.
Yeah.
You know.
Very exciting news. Brand new sponsor for the show. Shouts to Long Drink. They see the vision. If you guys like what's going on here, you got to go buy some Long Drink. Thank you for watching. We'll be right back. Check this out. All right, party people, you know how it is. Late nights, great music, and that perfect vibe. And what's a better way to elevate the night than with a refreshing drink in your hand? I'm talking about the Finnish Long Drink. If you haven't heard of it yet, the Long Drink is not just any drink. It's a legendary Finnish favorite that's been around since the 1952 Summer Games. It's a deliciously refreshing blend of premium liquor, natural grapefruit flavor, and just the right amount of carbonation. It's smooth, crisp, and perfect for any occasion, whether you're chilling with friends, getting the weekend started, or just winding down after a set. And the best part? It's super convenient. No need to be a mixologist. Just crack the can, and you've got a perfectly mixed, ready-to-drink cocktail. Whether you're into the classic, zero, or strong, there's a Long Drink for everyone. So next time you're tuning into the show or spinning your own beats, grab a Long Drink and take your night to the next level because good vibes deserve great drinks. Cheers to the perfect mix, music and Long Drink. Let's go, champ. Let's get back to the show. Thank you guys for watching. Shouts to Long Drink. Make sure you go grab one. Peace. Yeah, so COVID, and I'll be honest with you, that dude that was selling those suits, he always rubbed me the wrong way. He was always kind of a dickbag.
Yeah. Dude, and to be completely honest with you, I mean, like, he had his moments where he was good. And of course, he had his moments of awkwardness, right? I don't know if it's people from Iowa or what the fuck case may be. You know, it's just this. I don't know too many, you know, it just is what it is. But I sure as hell don't like the way they do business, bro. Yeah. Like, you know, it's just... it's one of those things where you find out the hard way. But, you know, typically in my life, I am prone to being a sick fuck finding out the hard way. You know, it's just is what it is. But I mean, dude, like, I'm a black belt in fucking overcoming things, you know? And I mean, what better way? I mean, in the position I am now, you know, I'm proud to be in such a good position, you know, not having drank in nearly 14 months it'll be on Tuesday, you know, making such drastic decisions and focusing on my health and all the stuff. And, you know, because from where I was and, you know, all the things that I put myself through, you know, I mean, the drinking, you know, you know, and then it leads into other activities, you know, and it was such a downward spiral, bro. But when you invest your heart, your soul into something, and you're not thinking about a way out because all you're thinking about is, I need to protect my image, so I'm going to do anything possible to make this fucking thing succeed. And even if it meant just like selling your soul and just, you know, like all really, like, you know, like just taking all your good energy, man, and just going home and you're depleted. I probably lost 10 years of my life in just stress and anxiety, you know, because all I ever did was try, and then just I was like an ex-girlfriend, bro, just getting bitch slapped by my fucking business partner. That's how it felt, you know?
Yeah.
But I mean, like, on my way out, like, listen to how fucked up this is, right? On my way out the door, so COVID came, they were asking for money, right? Asking for fucking money, and everybody's going through this shit, right? And I was, remember, always the lowest dollar per transaction, and you're such a hot shot, right? And you're asking me for fucking money, right? Okay. I'm like, okay, well, wait, what the fuck, dude? Like, the loans, the governments are handing out loans, we gotta wait, you know? And so, you like, dude, I'm telling you, bro, like, anxiety when you have your supposed business partner who, after you've done everything you've done for, hopefully he thinks about that, and then he doesn't land on your phone every morning being like, we need to talk, we need money, you know, like, what are you doing to work? What the fuck you mean, dude? I'm a barber and going through COVID right now, you know? The fuck, we have to wait and see,
Yeah.
you know? And so during COVID, probably helped me rekindle my love once again for what I do. Because it would just once again save my life, bro. What do you know? Like a couple weeks in when we closed down, I'm getting a couple clients hitting me up. Hey, bro, you know, I know it's awkward time. If you know, I don't want to make you feel stressed out, but if you feel comfortable, man, I'd love to have you come over and get a cut.
Yeah.
It's like, oh fuck, okay. Well, you know, I'm getting more and more of these, and so I'm stacking them up on my list, and I'm like, okay, well, I have like a day or two to go out here if I wanted to, and I just got to see. So, you know, then another week goes by, a month goes by, and I'm like, I can't take this shit anymore, bro. I don't know when we're going to open. I got to fucking hustle. Like, money. Like, again, like now the hustle comes in, and I'm like, okay, well, I haven't heard from the government yet. And, you know, money's, we got to survive.
Yup.
Bro, fucking man. I was like, after the first couple weeks, dude, I was doing over 60 clients a week, house calls, right? And it's sometimes even more, because wherever I would go after like the second week, I'd be like, okay, like, how do I optimize here? Started texting clients, hey, if you have any friends that feel comfortable during this time, you know, want to utilize me for a haircut, bring them over. You know, I've had haircut parties with friends. It's a great time. Always ends up being a great time. People are drinking there, getting fucked up with their friends. I'm fading up like 5-6 of them.
Yeah.
You know, it was great, man. And, you know, again, like man, and coming back from COVID was sick, dude, because these guys, you know, I wrote them a check for $36,000 for the 2 to 3 months that we missed. Okay. And they're hounding me still. And
wait, why did you write them a check?
Because they were fucking hounding me, and they were like back rent, you know. So I paid them for the back rent that was due for the months that we were closed down for COVID.
And this is obviously before you knew that they weren't paying the rent.
This is before I knew.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So things are going awful, right? Turns out like I'm finding out that they're scheming to get rid of me, because once they didn't stop hounding me for money, I got, you know, hit with like an EIDL loan, you know, from the government. I was like, all right, like, this is dope. And I feel like I got a leg to stand on, you know? And I was like, you know what, guys? I was like, I've done everything I fucking could to try to keep this civil between us. And during the hardest time in life, and you guys know that my wife doesn't work and I got 2 kids, during the hardest time, you guys are hounding me for money every day. And I was like, listen, here's your fucking money. And when we get back, I never want to have a conversation about equity. I don't ever want to merge. I'll DBA as gentlemen's cooperative grooming, whatever. And we'll just, to the general public, it'll just be, but we just fucking continue business as usual. And I don't never want to talk about merging business with you guys. That's it. So coming back, finding out that they're scheming behind me to try to kick me out and do this and that. So I scramble, and I'm like, what am I going to do?
How do you not like fuck a dude like that up?
Dude,
he's like a nerdy.
Yeah, here's the thing, man.
How do you not just beat this guy's ass?
I want to, dude. Honestly, dude, 100%, and it gets worse. Okay, and that's the thing. It's just so sick, bro. So they're scheming behind my back about how to get me out. I'm feeling this pressure, and I'm like, fuck it. I gotta do what I gotta do. I have a team there, bro. I got nail techs. I got my barber, my apprentice. I got my other stylist there. And so I'm like, you know what, man? Like, this is fight or flight, man. I gotta do what's best for me and my family. I fucking like, cause this is all going down, and I feel it, right? And so we finally have a conversation. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is up with this cold shoulder, you know? And so they tried to hire a stylist themselves to use my barbershop equipment and fucking take the money and hire her. So we're running two separate operations. That's when I knew, okay, this is fucked. All right. So then I talked to him and I was like, okay, like, you guys want me out? I'll be out. No problem. You know, let's figure out a way. So they're like, okay, we'll give you a month to figure things out. Right. 3 days go by. Hey, we just talked about it. You have 2 weeks. I was like, oh, okay, fuck it. So if you're familiar with the salon lofts concept, right? Saving grace, bro. Brought me right back to my roots again. No problem. Just a room, you know, a small studio space, just me, just my client. Back to old school game, run it, you know? Plus, I mean, dude, I save $5,000 a month, $6,000 a month on rent. Yeah. Like, it's, you know, it was a saving grace, right? Unfortunately, couldn't bring my team though, you know, but they tried to, I immediately gather all my emails and everybody from my clients from our CRM. I blast out an email to everybody telling them exactly what's going on. And not only that, but anybody who came in, I all whispered in their ear everything that's going on. They send out an email like 2 days later saying, hi, we're letting Chris go. Yeah. Like, oh man, my clients, they were like, we're letting Chris go. You know, things weren't working out or blah, 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 but they were still going to be having an operation going on. People were responding back on like my behalf and were like, fuck you guys. We know exactly what's going on. We're never supporting your business, so on and so forth. So when I was going to move out, right? I called the building management and I was like, hey, I need to place a hold on the freight elevator for this given date because I need to move all my barbershop equipment out. The lady like shat her pants. The general manager of the building shat her pants. She's like, oh, let me call you back. So I was like, okay. So she calls me back. She's like, I just talked with the building ownership and they want to hold your stuff as collateral because I'm not supposed to be telling you this, but your business partner, Mike, you know, like, he hasn't paid rent in 6 months and currently owes $116,000 to us.
No
Bro,
way.
I almost fucking freaked out. Are you kidding me? I'm getting fucked by him kicking me to the curb, right? Me kicking me. I have this is where inevitably you'd want to rage and kill as a provider. You're kicking me and my family to the curb. I figured it out. Not a big fucking deal. But in the reality, if I couldn't, that's what would have happened. You know, kicked me and my family and fend for myself, which is what happened. But I'm a man and I figured it the fuck out. Yeah. So then they were going to hold my stuff potentially. Then I had $50,000 worth of equipment up there and they weren't going to let it go. And I find out that it's reasons because of that. So they ended up working things out, letting them know that I wasn't attached to them. I was sending them receipts for all of my business stuff, my separate entity. They let me get the fuck out of there. And, you know, like it was funny because to this day, that business partner, Mike, he had reached out to me a couple of times, fucking apologizing for how the way things went down. Like, in all this bullshit. I mean, dude, live with that guilt, bro. Yeah. Are you kidding me? Bro, I'm sorry. I was the fucking best thing that ever happened to you, bro. And that's how I live I want to be that way. I walk my life trying to be that. And I was, because of something especially that I had so much passion and wanted to commit to succeeding to. And then I fucking get dealt the opposite. Like, I mean, just sandpaper with a broomstick up, you know? Yeah. Fuck, dude. You know, but nonetheless, man, you know, it was a blessing in disguise. I finally got out of the toxicity that had just been brewing there that I had to work under and hide. You know, I was a master of hiding my true feeling, right? Because in hospitality, especially people coming, they're looking to get away from issues and talk about them. And I couldn't let them see mine. You know, as much as we were friends, I can't let them know that my business partner's fucking me, you know? But It's how it went down, man. You know?
That's crazy,
Yeah.
bro. I can't believe that. Like, I can't imagine trying to call to get the freight elevator and then finding out that information from that woman and not just going up there with a baseball bat and smashing all of that dude's shit and just fucking leaving anything he had there in shambles. Like, you're a better man than I am. I would have fucking raged
again,
out,
dude, you had
bro.
to think about. I had to only think about a solution. Nothing else could come in
Yeah.
my way because, again, and that again, I'll attribute to the hustle because like I ain't worried about nobody the fuck else. Like this guy can run at me all day with his bullshit. He ain't gonna touch me. But I do have to land on soft ground. I gotta land somewhere first, and then I can fucking release because that I could, dude. This shit like. The only way that I was able to, like, therapy goes both ways in what I do. I have brothers, bro, that are my clients. Like, I confide in them everything as much as they confide in me, you know? And, like, thankful for what I do, bro, because it gives me that window to do that, you know? To be able to talk about these things amongst people that actually genuinely care back for me. You know, I mean, that's the type of business that I grow. I'm not your typical, I'm not your typical mom and pop shop or whatever you walk and, you go in and you go through a rotating factory of fucking people. No, you come, you sit with me. Hopefully you're my client for life. I will never let you down. I don't lose clients. The only reason why they do is because of inconvenience. They move. I wish them nothing but the best. But with me, I promise you that's what I deliver. Along with that, a genuine friendship, man, and somebody that cares for you. Sure as fuck somebody that listens to you, but somebody that hopefully can learn from you also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And with that mentality, right? You got some dope ass clients.
Yeah, dude.
You got some tight clients. What's the most extravagant thing you've ever done for a client? Like
I just got offered $1,000 for a shave to go to tomorrow to LA.
To fly you out there.
To fly me out, I couldn't do it though. I got to wake up and get my kids ready on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Man, my wife is man, I'm proud, man. Sorry, I'll share this with people, dude, just because of everything that I've been through, I mean, you could anybody's problems are equally the same as if they're as difficult for them. No matter high, big, low, whatever it is, just the goal of coming through it is the optimistic hope. But I mean, from the things that I've gone through personally, where I'm at now, fucking standing on cloud nine, I'm able to help my wife go through dental hygiene school, put a roof over my kid's head, not let them see, older version of myself that I probably wasn't happy with, adjusted my lifestyle, my health and everything to attribute towards the appreciation that I have for the karma that has given back to me in return for the success that I've able to regarnish and the people that stayed with me throughout everything. And, be able to just maintain success and, doing what I fucking love to do, man. It's not a joke, man. I don't work a day in my life, man. I go to work and I just get this catch up with homies. And guess what? They just end up paying me to walk out looking better than they've walked in, Yeah. It's the best fucking job in the world, dude. I probably wouldn't like it as much if I still be cutting for $15, but
yeah. You got to elevate. That's part of the game.
Yeah, dude, for sure.
You give a good product, people are definitely willing to pay for it.
Yeah, man.
If it's worth it. I mean, I'll be honest. I was in LA last weekend and I went to Erewhon and I got a meal there and it was $40 and that's an insane price for some fucking hot bar meal. Damn. But it was worth it.
Yeah.
I didn't feel bad after. Normally I would be like, yo, I want my money back.
Yeah.
The shit was fire. So I'm paying for it.
Yeah.
I felt like I got my money's worth.
Yeah.
It's a good feeling.
It's even better feeling when I know they're coming back on a weekly basis. Let's go.
Yeah, that's facts.
Yeah, man.
So you said that you've been sober for 14 months.
14 months.
What were you just going out and partying a lot? Or
I mean, dude, here, I'll be candid, man. I guess the only way to really achieve true success in recovery, right, is to be able to freely talk about it because it was an episode of your life that you're not grateful that it happened, but nonetheless you have to come to terms with being appreciative that you were able to overcome, right? So I have an extremely ultra addictive personality. I think I'm channeling the master of that myself, even still to this day. But nonetheless, alcohol. To be completely honest with you, those are really, thankful to God, because I didn't know that my addiction, my addictive personality was extremely heavy. I just didn't participate in anything else really. But when you're doing as much, like, for instance, as I had gotten to a point of doing, which is depressing, you just got to make a change, man. And unfortunately, for me, I'd say like some of these habits, right, they didn't form until like after I had kids, right? How fucked up that is to say, right? And I never allowed some of these behaviors obviously to enter my home and to whatever, but nonetheless, I'm guilty of them. And I carry that shame and that guilt with me all the time. But being able to hit rock bottom multiple times. I had a gambling addiction. How many ways can you fuck yourself to the point where it eventually fucks, enters and fucks your family too? All self-inflicting, I couldn't be prouder to have gone through something like that to end up where I am now, 14 months, clean from alcohol, 2 years from, but I don't know. It's just a lot going on in my head that I'm just like that I would love to tell people, that it's just like, one of the things is like, if you're a user of yourself, it's like the most honest question that you can ask yourself is that lifestyle sustainable? No, it's not. You'll either die or your body will dysfunction in some form, your brain. You name it, it's going to happen. It's inevitable. So why continue? This fun, it's going to last. Yeah, fine. If you don't have a personality addictive as mine, by all means, like congratulations, you can have fun, No, I took fun to an extreme, I was a blast, no pun intended, but
what were you like? Were you going out and partying and like just doing that, nightlife scene kind of thing? Or was it more of like,
no, it was daily function.
I'm fucking, doing all this shit.
Yeah.
I got all this shit on my plate. So this is
felt
keeping me going.
Yeah.
Okay,
I felt like a fucking stock trader, bro. These guys over
Okay.
there. I just need to be wheeling and dealing, with the high stress levels, the anxiety and everything back against your wall. It's kind of felt like an edge off, until you become dependent on it, like any other form of addiction. Alcohol, I would never say I was naturally addicted to. It was a resort, where I would go to, but it was never a craving that I had. It would just be something that I would do to assist in something else, or something that I would do to begin to assist something else. But dude, it's fucking poison, man. I shit you not, like 14 months sober, going as hard as I did for as long as I did, I was a fucking champ. I could go hang out with the rest of them, anybody, drink anybody on the table. It's not a brag. It's just how, disappointing I was able to get myself to. But again, the only reason why I stress how bad it was is to let people know, dude, I'm a fucking monster. I got out of that. I'm never going back. Like to see the happiness and the smiles you put on your kids every day, to see the rise in your bank account, to see the glow in your face you wake up with, man, bro, like, it is the days are more vivid, it's as cliche as anybody will tell you it is, it's difficult, like anything worth the result of anything worth is going to be difficult going through it, But yeah, I've been through it, man.
When you were doing, were you able to knock out double the amount of haircuts in the same amount of time?
Unfortunately, not. Oh my God, that is hilarious. No, dude. The shakes were making me feel like it, but I had to calm. Dude, If you're talking about mastery, bro,
Yeah.
I've mastered it all. I got you, bro. These fucking hands can slow down when they're shaking. They can do whatever they need to do.
Yeah.
That's funny.
No, I'm that makes me happy, bro. I'm glad that I mean, not glad that you went through it, but I'm glad you are through it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, dude, for sure, man.
It's inspiring to hear all of the fucking trials and tribulations and insanity that's gone into just being successful in what you do and chasing the dream of entrepreneurship and love, passion for something. You know, it to me, anytime I hear things, it's easiest for me to digest when I like relate it back to what I know, right? Like DJing, doing all these things, trying to,
because it's a more genuine, like, intuitive feeling.
Yeah, it just makes more sense to me. It's relatable. Like, oh, you know, he went through this in this world, I went through it in this world, and we can connect, we can relate to each other through that. You know what I mean?
For sure.
It's definitely inspiring, and I'm glad that you're here to tell me about it and talk about it and fucking.
I'm glad I wasn't out of the industry long enough to not to be forgotten, baby.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
And you cut everybody's fucking hair in the industry.
Yeah, a lot of people. The industry is vast and wide, but I think I got some of the good people, man. There's more that I'd love to get my hands on, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, at the end of the day, dude, you know, I'm fully booked every day, so that's all that matters.
There's also like there's got to be a point when you can't even take on new clients.
No. That's a fib, right?
How?
Because I have an appointment booking schedule, so people can book if there's an opening.
Right,
it's not closed off to people.
But there has to be at some point.
I have over 400 clients.
That's insane.
Well, dude, I mean, it's first come, first serve. And I get new clients all the time because they just get on and they see an opening and they book, you know, but guys are procrastinators. Fucking guys will book. They're looking, I get 4 phone calls every day. Like, can I get a haircut today? I'm like, oh, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
Today. I'm like,
Is there anybody that has a standing weekly every single week on this day at this time?
I got guys that have 2 weeks or twice a week.
Twice a week.
Yeah.
I can't wrap my head around the concept that, all right, let's say you work 10 hours a day, 6 days a week.
I work 5 days.
You work 5 days a week.
Friday.
Monday through Friday, 5 days a week, 10 hours a day. How long does one haircut take?
Oh, it ranges. So in a perfect day, right? Booked from my schedule, the haircuts are 45 minutes. So booked perfectly from 10, and I lowered my hours now to like 6, right? So like 10 to 6. I could fit 11 or so people. I managed to fit in like a good busy day is 14 to 16 a day. I average about 12.
12 people a day, 5 days a week, 400 clients. And most people are getting their haircut twice a month, maybe once every 2 weeks.
Oh man, that's with as many clients as I have. Truthfully, like they're all over the place.
Okay,
you know, you literally have guys from weekly or twice a week to like bi-weekly, all the way up to like once every 5-6 months.
Okay,
you know.
Okay, yeah, I guess that makes sense if it's so staggered out like that.
Yeah,
I'm just thinking like. Most people get their hair cut twice a month, once every 2 weeks.
I'd say
everyone's trying to get in.
Yeah, I'd say the typical time frame is like a month.
Yeah.
You know, if you were to average it and say about a month.
Yeah. I mean, that's amazing business. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Reoccurring business.
Dude, it was sweat, blood, I mean, literally like blood, sweat, and tears, bro. I mean, that is the epiphany of what the fuck it is that I built my business on. You know, it was as organic as you can possibly do. I relied in no social media. I'm fucking awful at it. Anybody who sees it who's a star like yourself is probably like, God damn, hasn't posted in 3 years.
I have that's one of the most fun things about doing this pod is that I've known nothing that's gone on
in my life
of your life because you're not on social media at all. I don't see anything.
I'm on Facebook. I mean,
I'm not on Facebook.
Exactly. So I'm on Instagram. That's it. But I don't post anymore.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's something that I've come to terms with. I'm not content, but I'm happy, you know, like there's going to be a point where, of course, the ambition is going to grow. I'm so fortunate. It's a turnkey operation every day. I come in, I'm fully booked. I see all my friends. I get paid. I go home and I'm able to feed my family. Done deal. I'm happy, pay the bills and still live a good life. And then, you know, once my wife is done with school and we're finally able to have a dual income for the Flores family after fucking goddamn 10 years, dude. I'm going to look at, watch me then.
Yeah. Yeah. What are you going to do then?
Fucking watch.
Yeah. Jesus.
Yeah.
No, what was I going to say? I just completely lost my train of thought.
I know. We're trying to figure out where I'm going to be after that happens with my wife after she gets a job.
Yeah, you're gonna be daddy daycare.
Yeah, dude, for sure.
The fuck, what was I gonna say? I had a question about your about clients. I don't know. We'll get back to it. It'll come back to me. So do you? It's all barber, right? You're not any.
Yeah. It's
salon. What's the difference? Barber or?
Oh yeah, there's a big cultural difference. Can't stand ever being called a hairstylist.
Hairstylist.
No,
that's
I'm a barber.
Yeah.
By my standard opinion, a master barber. You know.
Sensei.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sensei. I'll take that too. All day.
Yeah, I remember what I was gonna say. I would even venture, like you're talking about how you're not on social media as it's like a negative thing.
No,
I would even venture to say it's positive because you don't even need it.
Well, no, for sure.
You have everything you need. You have all the clients you need. You have every day you open your doors and there's somebody there. There's people waiting to fucking sign up. There's people calling you to try and get in last minute.
Yeah.
And this is all without social media.
Yeah.
And I think that's the best fucking thing you could do. I'm sick of social media. Bro.
Yeah.
I want to fucking throw my phone out the window half the time.
Yeah, I mean, you know, there's toxicity there and whatnot, but I mean, like in terms of business, man, you know, like I'm just never ignorant to the fact that there's opportunity, right? Like I give it the credit that it's owed. I know that there could be opportunity there. I'm always very fortunate, and which is why I haven't gotten back on social media, because I've come to terms with understanding I'm grateful as fuck that I don't need it.
Yeah.
Right. I am. And it's one of the things I do talk about oftentimes with my clients, because I ask people how they find out about me, new clients all the time. You know, I get new clients all the time and I don't do shit. You know, it's super cool. You know, mostly word of mouth, but even better when people find me on Google, you know, take a shot on me. And you know, that's super cool, and it's just I'm blessed. There is no other way about it. Every single one of those clients, I treat every single client like they should, like they're the ones providing food on the table for me and my family. That is how I treat them, because that's just how I treat them how they should be treated. You know, like I'm appreciative of them. You know, not just get in, get out. Thank you for your dollar because I need it. Like no. You get your time and I'm appreciative of you. You know, it's a refresh of love for every single one. And I got plenty of that shit now, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, that's amazing. What's like potentially the next step in the journey? Do you open your own space to have barbers come in and rent from you? Because like obviously you have been doing this for years and years and years and years. You have a great idea of what, as a barber who's looking for a space to rent, what you would want, what you would need, what you would want to provide. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, do you build something like that, or is that like frowned upon the same way that I shit on like fucking local booking agencies that take money from DJs? You know, like
yeah, no, dude. I mean, you know what? I've never closed off to it, right? I think for me, I'm no longer battling with the idea of like my image anymore. You know, it's a fucking beast put to rest. You know, like I've grown past that, thank God. You know, it's like, nah, I'm just a solid motherfucking barber and I'm a good person. You come in and I'm going to just show you and that's it. You know, it's like, I don't have anxiety about like what my level of status is anymore, you know? And of course, through being humbled and everything, man, I just like fucking having an opportunity being one-on-one with the dude. There's something to be said about that level of transparency that you can get to, at least that I know after doing this. I fell in love. The reason why I fell in love with barbering is because I have the ability to get in with people. It's innate, it's like I've always just had a genuine ability to connect. And I've known that forever, and I've always mastered that. So in my opinion, yes, the ability to master, like talking to somebody, getting to know somebody, breaking the ice with a new person immediately, and because it's genuine. Like I genuinely want to get to know you because I want your experience to be felt great, and I want you to know that you are cared about individually, aside from everybody else, But I like that one-on-one because I can do what I do best without anybody there, and it gives them the ability to allow themselves to do what I hope that they'll do and open up and talk and be vulnerable, in that free space like that. So I might just stick with that concept, continue, just get a bigger space maybe, and do my soul thing. The salon loft concept is it's unreal for a barber like me that's as busy as I am, that doesn't care about what he looks like anymore and just busts out haircuts all day. You can't get better.
Yes. So like the battling with your image thing, you're talking like maybe prior to where you're at now, when you were, more up and coming, trying to start this business, get it out from your crib,
even more aesthetically, even more aesthetically, like badass, like that's not what I have now, but I'm sorry.
Yeah, like the Gentleman's Cooperative was this thing where it's like this high-end, luxurious, you're trying to, that's the vision you had for yourself as like your image, right? That you're talking, and the Salon Lofts is more of like, I just want to fucking
go there for the service, bro.
Yeah, you're coming here to hang out. You're coming here to get your hair cut. We're kicking it. This is my space.
Exactly.
Yeah, I can relate to that, like not chasing the egotistical image of something, like when I was doing the send nudes thing, I'm trying to fucking grow the brand know
exactly,
and
bro.
I want to DJ all around the country every single weekend. I want to be on a flight to go DJ here because that's what the cool DJs are doing. That's like what the image is. That's what you want. That's what you're chasing. But now I'm kind of just like, all right, I did that. I went for it. Whatever.
Succeeded.
Had a good time doing it.
I just got shat on.
Yeah.
But
succeeded, but also like there came a point where I'm like, this was cool. This was necessary. This ran its course. Now we're moving on to this where I just want to do what I love and enjoy what I'm doing, and I don't have to chase that unsatisfiable urge to
continue to
look this way.
Yeah, dude, 100%, man. I mean, it's draining.
Yeah.
How much energy goes into that when we were younger? I mean, of course, for me, as I established the family and the realism, and I mean, it's beautiful to dream because, dude, I landed just like maybe under where I probably thought my ultimate dreams could be, just slightly under. I never tried to be famous or anything. The idea of being a popular barber was what I wanted. And more than anything, financially succeeding is obviously the main goal for anybody. I've achieved that, but most importantly, I did it through so much trial and error that like I just feel good that any conversation with anybody at any level, I'm in that conversation, bro. It feels good. I'm a sponge. I learn all day, but the opportunity to, like I said, be rich by clientele, the knowledge that I gain, the questions that I can ask at any professional, like the top professional level to these people, that's where you're, just loaded with richness, man, is that you get people that are willing to help you, put everything down. And I always tell people, and guess what? Because anybody who doesn't believe it, I'm just a barber. But I have connections that far exceed, what other people would probably assume,
Yeah.
But that's the cool thing about it, man.
Here's the real question. If you're the best barber in the city, who cuts your hair?
Me.
You cut your own hair?
Let's fucking go, dude. Of course, bro. I'm actually glad you asked that question, dude. I was contemplating wearing a hat today. I was like, nah, man, maybe they'll say something about my hair, dude. Who knows?
You did that yourself,
Hell
huh?
yeah, bro. It's not bad.
It's fucking, that's pretty
Right?
good. It's
Not
pretty
bad,
good.
dude.
It's pretty good.
I'm telling you, bro. 30 minutes.
You got
in and
the
out.
triple mirror thing?
Nah, dude. I hold and I'm ambidextrous. Hold the mirror, and fade
No
into the
way.
yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, dude.
So, I mean, yeah, that's proof in the pudding right there. I
I'm
mean,
telling you.
are the best. There's nobody that can even cut your hair because nobody will suffice.
Okay. I love the gaslighting. We are a dime a dozen. You can find great barbers, but the one difference is that I have the ability to tell people on a larger scale that I give a fuck tremendously about every one of my clients. And I mean, this just is what it is, you know? It's like the healthiest thing in the world to be able to stand up on a mountaintop and be like, fuck yeah, I love it. It's so freeing. You know, it's like, oh, dude, you're an entrepreneur. You know, you've gotten through what you've gotten through. You know that. And, you know, the opportunity to pat yourself on the back and be like, fuck yeah, baby. I'm finally just streamlined. I'm coasting and I'm happy where I'm at. You know, enough of this fucking roller coaster, dude. Like, let me get off this raging bull for a fucking second. Get a break. You know, we can ride that shit again here in 5 minutes. But just every once in a while, dude, just... You know, no thunderstorms, man.
Yeah, you got to enjoy it. You got to take a second to enjoy it.
Yeah.
Sometimes we're trapped in like building it and progressing and keeping going and trying to achieve the next thing.
Yeah.
That you don't get to just like enjoy what you've done thus
dude.
far.
Yeah, you got to control the level of expectation, man. You know, set the bar just high enough where, you know what, if you didn't achieve it, like I said, you land right under it, man, you're fine. You know, chase the bar, chase the dream, go above. But nonetheless, though, make it hard to achieve. And if you don't, if you land right under it, dude, golden, baby. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. I think a lot of people, sometimes I would feel like for myself, I failed at a goal that I set for myself. But really, it's not failure. It's still success. Maybe I didn't make it as far as I envisioned, but if this was the goal and I made it to here, that's still fucking success. You know what I'm saying? Like I still was able to, I'm able to pay my bills DJing. I'm able to buy a fucking crib DJing. I'm able to just literally do whatever the fuck I want DJing, which is crazy.
It's amazing, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, welcome to my life too.
Yeah.
That's how I feel. Like I'm astonished by where I'm able to get to, but I never take it for granted. You know, you haven't. Look at what you're doing. You're extending your capabilities. Dude, this is the epitome of what it is that I'm doing too. You're doing it. It's awesome to see, you know?
It's tight.
Fucking great, dude.
We got to throw a haircut party. We
Let's
gotta throw a haircut
dude.
party.
That would be sick, man.
That would be super tight, right?
Yep.
When you said that, and I'm just thinking about like everyone's chilling, everyone's hanging out, you're cutting, you're talking shit, we're just you know, like that felt like a good throwback to
I wish
like
you would have
high
started
school
this
or
shit
something.
during COVID, bro.
Yeah.
Damn, that would have been perfect,
Yeah,
man.
dude. You could have had like doesn't LeBron have a fucking barbershop podcast?
Oh, I've heard of it. Yes, he does.
like,
Yeah, that
sits
shit's
and
dope.
gets his
I've always
haircut
thought
and
about that, but I would lose money.
You should cut someone's hair on the pod would be amazing.
I mean, hey, dude, you create the space. We could talk about it, dude.
We can make it happen. Diamond, we're mobile. Diamond cut. We could come to you.
Okay, I like that, dude. That'd be fun.
That'd be tight.
Yeah, somebody that you guys like and I cut hair for, chop them up while they're in the chair.
That'd be sick.
That'd be
you
fun.
can get mic'd up with like a little lav on your shirt.
Dude. Just so that you guys can hide first and come in like fucking Ashton Kutcher, you know? Just
yeah,
have me ask him some fucked up questions.
Yeah.
Put me on a little mic, dude. You know, get him crying real quick.
That'd be amazing. Does Blind Barber actually operate as a barbershop in front?
I don't
Do you
think so.
know?
I think that's just like
It's
some
just
promo.
aesthetic.
Yeah, because they don't have an actual barber that they hire. They actually have people that they want to promote. If like people want to, like people can offer themselves to promote there and work there. Like I believe so at least.
Okay.
I probably shouldn't be talking out of my ass, but I'm assuming. I think that I've heard that people could just like cut there. But they have to like hire them to cut there.
Yeah.
But it's like, you know, a freelance thing.
Okay, yeah. That's what I'm thinking. I mean, how sick would it be to throw a haircut party at Blind Barber if you're fucking cutting in the front?
It would be different.
And I'm cutting
I
in the
mean,
back.
dude, I'm open. Yeah, I know, dude. Hey, dude, this is why I don't need to do social media. I got homies like you know, and doing stuff like that. It's just my job to take advantage of it.
That'd
if that's
be
ever
sick,
something
bro.
you wanted to do.
I've been talking with Blind Barber. It's very spotty. Like they'll hit me up randomly and I'm trying to lock something in. But now with this idea, I feel like we could do something.
That's cool.
sick.
Oh yeah, because you never had a barber before. You asked them?
No.
Well, now
I'm
you
like,
want to. Oh shit! I'm just fucking used and abused up in this bitch.
let's
dude.
fucking do something really cool.
I thought that idea stemming from me being here. He's like, no, bro, I just needed you.
Yeah, this is exactly what I needed. This is open the door to a whole nother level. This
Let's
is not
go.
just me DJing anymore. This is us doing something cool as fuck.
Hopefully this gets
Which
some
I'm
likes. We
into.
got to see. I haven't seen any one of these podcasts yet, so we'll see, dude. We'll see.
I think this will be a good one, bro.
No, this is fun,
this
man.
is a great pod.
I really do appreciate you. You know what, man? Like, this is extremely vulnerable for me, you know. But at the end of the day, it was it's easier to talk about from the standpoint that I'm at now, you know, which is great. But you know, at the end of the day, man, again, and I feel like it's. I don't mean to like, you know, I'm not trying to like gospel or anything, you know, or whatever. Preach. Thank you very much. I'm not trying to preach or anything, but I mean, it's just, you know, everybody's going through something. You know, I think it's important to talk to somebody, and I think, you know what, based on the subject matter, you know, talking to, hopefully you have a good enough barber or stylist, you know, and you feel comfortable enough. That's our job. Our job is to create that, you know, space for you to do so, and hopefully your person is able to, you know, make you feel comfortable enough to ask you some questions, and you know, you just evolutionize your relationship together. You know, that's definitely what it is that I do, because I know the impact that I'm able to make by asking certain questions and so forth, so on and so forth. And you know, it's ultimately gotten me to the point where I'm at now because of creating that vulnerability. You create those relationships and they stick with you. You know, make yourself unique, and one way you can is by just showing that you care, because unfortunately in this world nowadays you don't see it as often, you know, so
It's tough to come by.
it's tough.
I think that you could even, you know, you could tell people that they could save money by not even having to go to therapy, and they could just knock two birds with one stone. You know what I'm saying? You pay for the haircut, you get the therapy for free.
Yeah, not to jump off the things, but there's a TikTok video that I thought was hilarious where this guy's like, "Do you want the haircut or the haircut and the therapy?"
Yeah.
And the guy's like, he's like, how much without the therapy? He's like, $50. And he's like, how much with the therapy? $100. He goes, without the therapy. He puts the cape on him, and he grabs a piece of tape and he puts it over his mouth. And he goes like, he's like, I thought you said no therapy, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, going along with that, I mean, dude, it's all about the setting. It's about the person, right? I do accept the fact that I know that I have that ability. I harness it. I appreciate it. I value it, and I cherish it, and I express it in what I practice, right, with people. And you know, like, I think that that's a big winner in our industry is if you have that. And you know, some people might shoot a shot if they're just feeling a day and they just shoot it to their barber or whoever's doing their hair, what the fuck they're going through. They have that one shot to respond correctly. You know, get more out of them or shut them down there. How much you want your relationship to grow.
Yeah.
You know, it's a constant fork on the road there with the possibilities of growing or the possibilities of just stopping on that side.
Yeah.
You know,
you need, like, you got to talk to people. Sometimes I think we don't even realize it as humans that we fucking need that.
yeah.
You know? You
For
need
sure,
that. So
dude.
even when I'm done with a fucking pod, you know what I mean? Because I spent an hour just being engaged in a conversation,
Yeah.
not looking at my phone, not eternally distracted by everything else going on. You get done with the pod and you just feel a little bit lighter. You're just like, oh, I just talked. I just shot the shit. I got my thoughts into words, and I heard these things that are bouncing around in my head all day. I'm hearing them come out of my mouth, and sometimes I'm thinking like, oh, damn, that was dumb as fuck.
I personally feel like I just conquered something.
Yeah.
You know, I personally feel that way. So just to piggyback off of what you just said, I absolutely feel the same way. You know, it's empowering. You know, I mean, you're only as fucked up as you are as you want to make yourself out to be. You know, I have done fucked up things, but I am not fucked up. You know, and it just is what it is. You know, you either make excuses and you fucking continue to fuck up, or you just grab the bull by the horns, man. Sack up. Let's go. Time to be a man or a woman, whatever your, context is, dude. Just fucking buck up.
Yeah.
That's life.
Nothing changes if nothing changes.
You know, if the goals ain't changing, maybe you just have to change the roots. You know, that's it.
Yeah, that's real shit.
Yeah.
I feel like we should end on that. That was a strong.
I appreciate that.
It's a strong note.
Yeah.
Is there anything else? Anything else we got to get to? Anything else you wanna promote? We'll have Diamond Cut. What do you do? A website for signups?
It's online. It's like I have a booking link and Salon Lofts in Fulton Market. If ever anything, I would love to meet anybody new. So if there's a chance for self promotion, hey, there's my story. That's what you get from me. It's been a pleasure, and I'd be looking forward to meeting anybody new. So hopefully you enjoyed my little story, and hopefully nobody ever goes down any darker paths that I've gone down. So.
And there's not a cut that you can't do.
No.
If someone comes to you with a photo.
I don't dye hair, though.
You don't dye hair.
I don't be fucking doing highlights and all that shit.
Okay.
You want a sick-ass beard? You want a sick-ass cut? Fade, long hair, mid hair, whatever. Yeah, we can nail all that.
Okay. Yeah, send me that link. I'll get it to him. We'll put it on the video and shit.
Awesome.
Sick, bro. Good to see you.
Yeah,
Thanks for coming through.
Thank you guys for having me. This was fun.
Yeah, this was great.
I appreciate the time too.
Good catching up. Good getting the real story of everything.
Yeah.
I've only really heard like the whole college thing. I've only just heard of what happened. I've never really heard it from you.
Yeah.
It's good,
I love that this was after how long we've known each other, and how vulnerable I know I can be, because especially with us knowing mutual friends, I would have sworn I would have probably told you a couple of times, but that's awesome that I probably wasn't ready at those times, and again to show you how far I've come too. I'm ready to really kind of just talk about things. That's life.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. We should definitely do something cool, whether it be a on-site pod at your spot where you're talking to someone.
You should host all the people that've been on your show.
Maybe I'll grow my beard back out just so I can come get a lineup from you.
That would be cool.
And we could do it.
Yeah, we could just shoot the shit and just do that.
Yeah, that'd be tight.
That'd be fun.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Thanks for coming through. Good
My
to
pleasure,
see you.
man.
Thank
My
you guys
pleasure.
for watching. Make sure if you're on YouTube, you like the video, drop a comment, definitely subscribe to the channel. Algorithm activating activity. That's what we like to see here. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Thank you guys.
Well, alright. Battle raps cause I've shaken grown men to the point that they can't even face their own friends. That's why they rhyme about jewels, not life, cause the ice on which they skating is so thin. That's what I love about the human soul. It'll usually show when the truth ain't told. Use a lie.